Hey everyone, this is Giancarlo Bernini here at the Tecmo booth at E3 2009. I'm joined by Peter Garza, a representative of Tecmo, and we're taking a look at Quantum. So, can you tell us a little bit about what you guys are showing about Quantum at this year's E3?
So we're trying to give the world a relaunch of Quantum. It was originally shown back at TGS, and so this is the first chance to see it really in motion and see the game as it's coming together. Quantum, for those that don't know, is a sci-fi third-person shooter with some more action elements and sort of a living battlefield that we're hoping puts a good spin and like a Tecmo feel to the third-person shooter genre.
So what do you mean by sort of a living battlefield? It's just there's always stuff going on kind of in the periphery, or?
So a little bit of the background on the story of Quantum is the action takes place within a tower. And it's a huge tower with different sections in it, but the tower is actually a living tower. And so you'll see as you progress in the tower, you'll see sort of the building change shape. Some examples would be sort of cover points that spawn up from the ground. Those are all just destructible, so they get broken, other cover points spawn up in other sections, so you're kind of having to look around to see how the battle is changing and how the layout is changing. There are also some larger scale changes within the structure, so you see bridges form where there were no bridges, or other landings come out. And the main character Sid can sort of grab onto things, climb up and climb around, and fight still while he's climbing. So that's kind of what we're talking about for a living battlefield. It's sort of changing and constantly shifting, and you have to sort of reevaluate how to get from point A to point B.
So I noticed that there's been another character that's been shown at various points. Can you explain a little bit about what her background is?
Sure. Her name is Felena, and within the course of the story, she'll meet up with you sort of partway through, and she's in the tower kind of for her own reasons, and she meets up with the main character Sid, and they kind of go together for a little bit, but they separate again, and sort of that sort of intertwining story is part of the whole overarching story of Quantum. Felena, when she's with you, is mostly computer AI. Her movement is AI controlled, but you can do certain like action moves with her. So you can throw her, for instance, get a hold of her, toss her at an enemy, and she can do a really powerful close quarters attack with a blade that she has. She can also follow up Sid's melee attack with her attack, and they can sort of combo up that way. So it's sort of another way we're trying to introduce some action elements into the shooter.
So obviously with any third-person shooter, AI is a big deal. Can you talk about a little bit about how the AI functions in Quantum?
Sure. We're trying to put in obviously smart AI system, but also one where the enemies will sort of respond to their own emotions. So they'll get aggressive, or they'll get afraid and back off, look for their own cover points. So we're trying to put in a decent sort of emotional system in with the enemy AI.
And can you talk a little bit about the weapons? I saw that there's kind of the standard just shooting weapons, but I also think I saw some melee attacks.
Yeah. So the weapons we have, a standard sort of blaster rifle. There's shotguns, machine guns. We're looking at a variety of weapons, including some sort of different weapons, something that might reflect around corners, something like that as well. There are also melee attacks. You can run up and smash the enemy with your gun, a fist, and sort of an extension of those melee attacks is sort of the combination melee moves you can do with the partner.
Let's talk a little bit about the look of the game. We've seen some sort of varied environments. We've seen some sort of dark, gritty environments, and we've seen some really colorful, vibrant environments. Can you kind of describe what the goal was in terms of the visual presentation?
Sure. Well, the prettier areas are designed or sort of influenced by Art Nouveau. So you'll see that when you enter the tower, it's very clean, very pretty, and we're looking for a real organic feel. The tower being alive, we're looking for something that gives that sense of organic flow to it. As you get further into the tower, it'll get grittier. There's sort of a mutation that starts to happen within the tower, and that will turn those environments from this, gorgeous Art Nouveau look to, spikier, darker, grittier version. And so most of the action takes place within this one tower with these different stages within it. There is one sort of episode that takes place outside of the tower, and you'll see some more normal human-looking environments.
Does Quantum feature any sort of multiplayer mechanics, whether it's co-op or just deathmatch or things like that?
Offline, it's a single player only. The partner, Felena, is computer AI only. Online, we're looking at a couple of co-op modes. like a battle royale and a team deathmatch. And in the team, the player or one player will actually play as a female character. She's the leader of the team, and the other male participants, the other male characters, have to protect her while trying to take out the other team's female lead.
So Quantum is exclusive to PlayStation 3, and when is it coming out?
It's coming out currently. We're looking at early 2010.
Great, thanks for joining us. Stay tuned for GameSpot for more coverage of E3 2009.